This is the DJI Mavic Air 2. So it's a redesign from the original Mavic Air. So it looks a little bit more like the Mavic, but here's what you got to know. It flies for 34 minutes on a charge, still at 42 miles per hour. It has obstacle detection on the front and the back. It's easy to handle. It's a great flyer. Yes, it's a little bit bigger than the original Mavic Air, but honestly, it's a steadier flyer. On the front is a 12 megapixel 4K camera. Shoots beautiful video, incredibly steady. So it's a 12 megapixel camera that shoots full resolution 48 megapixels. DJI also redesigned the remote control for the DJI Mavic Air 2. Honestly, I like this so much better. Now, it still has the removable joysticks, which store underneath right here. But here's the big difference. So the phone is going to go in here, okay? And just slip it in there. And then the cable to connect it is right here. And yes, it does also come with a cable for USB-C, so you could switch if you wanted to use that as well. Not only is it easier to put in here, but it also doesn't hit any of the buttons on the phone when you're using it. With Focus Track, the DJI Mavic Air 2 you can outline a subject and have the camera and have the drone automatically follow it. And you can do it in any way that you want. You can do active track, spotlight, point of interest. And each one of these is going to follow your subject in a different way. You know, you can have it circle around your subject, or you can be on a bicycle and it can be right behind you, following at a safe distance, of course. As with the previous DJI Mavic Air, a collection of quick shots, which are basically pre-programmed flight paths that the drone can take quickly. Things like rocket, where it shoots up into the sky, or helix, when it goes around in sort of almost like a curve. Then we got boomerang, which is an oval flight shape path. So, just a way, if you don't want to figure out. I just would recommend, though, if you're going to do any of these, make sure you're in a wide open space. DJI redesigned the Mavic Air, so now the battery comes out of the top. And this battery, which is substantial, 34 minutes of flight time, which is, a lot, and enough time for you to program it, send it out, have it come back. But as always, if it's running low on power, it will warn you in the remote control, and it will come back on its own when there's a possibility of it running out of power before it gets there. So it'll just automatically, you can always override that, but it'll automatically come back. Now you can charge the battery, obviously you can pull it out, you can charge it through here, but you can also charge directly while it's plugged in. You can charge with a USB-C port on the DJI Mavic Air 2. On the other side, this is where, well, there is local storage on the Mavic Air for video. You also have a slot which you will use for an SD, a micro SD card. DJI Mavic Air has obstacle detection on the front, obstacle detection on the back, there's ground detection on the bottom. It does not have detection side to side, so obviously you could just sort of go like this into someone, so you still have to be careful. So what I think, for $749 for the remote and this drone, and there is like a $999 Fly More package with more batteries and a carrying case. But for this price and for this drone and the programming that goes in here and the quality of flight and the quality of imagery, it's hard to find a better consumer drone, really. I mean, and this bridges the gap. This is really between consumer and prosumer. I love flying it. Great time, beautiful design. And this is going to be the drone that everybody wants this summer.